What's up, Raider fam? It's Raider J, man. Preseason week 1 down in the books. How y'all feel about it? I'm gonna tell y'all how I feel about it, man. This is our first game of seeing a lot of new faces out here in Oakland all playing together. A lot of rookies, you know what I mean? We didn't get to see DJ Hayden play, but they said he'll probably be out there like in the 3rd week of the preseason. That'll be against the Bears at home, which is going to be good. I'll definitely be at that game also. So let's jump into some topics, some hot topics that went on during this game. You know, some highs, some lows. I didn't get to see the game live on TV, but I was, live there. So my outlook on it might be different from some other people's outlook on it who was able to actually see the game. So I really appreciate, some input. Let me know what I might have missed or how you guys saw it. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I saw it at a blurred pace. I was drinking and it's just I saw enough to be able to talk about it, but I like to actually see it on film, on TV pretty soon, So let me know what you guys think about it. Throughout this game, right? The Raiders pretty much controlled everything. They had, if you look at the stats, we had longer possession of the ball, which is good. You want to have clock management. And you want to, be able to control the clock. So that's good that we controlled the clock well. That gives our defense time to get a break, and our offense a time to get, things rolling. We didn't really do as well in the end zone as we wanted to, but that'll all come, with more reps against other opponents. We gotta play against other teams to, start being able to get that down pat. We getting down into the end zone. That's a real big plus. Now we just gotta get in the end zone, and it's gonna work because we got too much talent, man. We throwing bombs for touchdowns. We can get in the end zone easy, especially if we get our run game going. But anyway, that's off topic. Let's see. Passing yards, I think Dallas beat us in the passing yards, but not by much. Rushing yards, we pretty much killed them in the run game. Turnovers, it was even. We both had 2 apiece. To get on those turnovers, one of them, Coach Allen tried to, shy away, said it was an offensive line breakdown. That was the fumble by Matt Flynn. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong, because this did happen kind of on the opposite side of the field where I was at. But I was watching when this happened, because it happened right at the beginning of the game. So the line broke down, and Matt Flynn tried to escape. So he saw the pressure coming. Correct me if I'm wrong. He saw the pressure coming, and when he got tackled, that's when the fumble, occurred. So at the end of the day, you can't really shy away from that fumble with Matt Flynn, because he could have easily went down like when Tony Romo got sacked. He got lit, But he saw it coming at the last second and kind of just did that, drop right before you get your head took off. And Matt Flynn could have did that. He could have just, curled up, went in his fetal position and went down right quick, lived to fight another day. But I don't know what happened, so I didn't see how much the contact was from that tackle. So it could have been, more, drastic than I thought. So I don't know. Let me know what y'all saw from that. Should he have not, really fumbled, or was it really a really big hit that Matt Flynn took, and we can really blame the offensive line for that fumble? And the other turnover was from Terrell Pryor. Now that right there was a stupid throw. Just because of the simple fact he had the space to run and get that first down. But what I like is that he admitted it. He admitted to, throwing it when he shouldn't have thrown it. And he said he wasn't going to make that mistake again. And that's a good thing. I like that. I like that he noticed that was stupid. Why did I do that? I'm not going to do it again. And, next couple of games, we'll see how that turns out. If he comes in next week and doesn't throw any interceptions and gets another, I don't know, I think he had like 80 or 70 yards, I can't remember, but gets another high yardage gain with no interceptions and possibly a touchdown this time, that'll be good. Alright, y'all, so let's see, our quarterbacks and running backs. To me, I think the person who had the best showing at quarterback was Terrell Pryor. And then, secondly, I will put Matt McGloin because he had the only touchdown pass. Terrell Pryor just looked like he had a lot of control over the offense. He looked real good out there, when things didn't. And this is working with the second string offense. Like, I'd really like to see what he does with the first string offense. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to pose so many more, problems for defenses than I think Matt Flynn will. It's just that I think Matt Flynn is going to make better passes than Terrell Pryor. I think he's going to make smarter decisions as far as reading the defense. But it's going to be interesting as far as that goes. Matt McGloin, he looked great out there. He threw that beautiful pass for a touchdown to Bryce Butler. That was freaking awesome. And what's the other guy? Tyler Wilson. I didn't really catch too much of him, so I don't really know how well he did out there. As far as I've read, he played, just as good as the other guys. He didn't really make too many mistakes. I don't think he took too many deep passes. I'm not sure. I can't remember. So let me know what you guys think about the quarterbacks. Running backs, Jennings, he ran the ball fairly well. And Terrell Pryor ran the ball, of course. They started doing the read option, so that's a good thing. They were saying that they're probably going to bring that into the playbook for this year, which is cool. I like that. Freaking Darren McFadden really didn't do too much. I think he only had like 3 carries for 5 yards, or 3 carries for 8 yards, something like that. I think he just needed time to, really get more reps against another team other than the Raiders and the practice squad. So I think halfway throughout the preseason, he'll start getting more play time during the preseason. He'll get more reps, and those gaps are going to open more. He's going to get more rushing yards. So I don't really see this as too much as a scratching my head, worried about is our run game going to be just as bad as last year? Not yet. I feel like our pass game is going to be a plus, but our pass game was a plus last year. We passed the ball pretty good last year. We just couldn't run for shit, and that's what caused us to get so many interceptions, because defenses looked for us to pass because we was in passing, a must-pass situation. And we don't want to be in that this year, We want to be in a comfortable situation. So, running backs, they did a good job. I give them a B+. A B+. We could have did a lot better in the end zone running that ball instead of those incomplete passes, for touchdowns that we tried to get. I can't remember who we was throwing it to, but yeah, we had an incomplete pass in the end zone that I think we should have been running the ball in the end zone. And then if we didn't get it, field goal, whatever. But we need to establish a run. Yeah, so next, like I said, Bryce Butler had a great showing. I think he had 70-something yards with one touchdown. He did the hands down best out of all of our receivers. As far as kicking goes, Seabass, he was 2 for 2. Carmona was 2 for 3. I think he missed 1 field goal. And kick returns, our special team looked pretty good. Josh Cribbs didn't really do too much. Greg Jenkins, the wide receiver that used to be a quarterback, he had a monster run. I thought he was gonna break it, but yeah, he had like a 50-something yard run? I'm not sure. I have it on camera. I recorded it and everything. Well, I didn't record the actual run. I recorded, the commotion, how loud they got and everything after the run. So yeah, that was real good for him. I like that. He's trying to make this team. He needs to make plays, to stay on the team. So that's a good thing. That's a plus. Let's see. Defense, Usama Young, C.O. Moore. They were the highlight of our defense. Usama Young got the interception, and C.O. Moore got the sack. And these are two new players on our defense. They really want to, concrete themselves as playmakers. Young, he's not even really a starter. He's going to be, backing up, I believe, Charles Woodson. So, he's really trying to, showcase his ability. He wants to get some play time. I want to see him out there getting some play time, So, because Charles Woodson can play multiple positions. So, I'd like to really see Young, getting some safety time. Not too much, but, because, we want our man back there. But I want him to get some play time because he has some talent. And C.O. Moore was just a freaking monster, He was just so energetic, during that game. Before the game started, he was on the kick return for the initial kickoff of the game. He was just, so excited, so pumped up. He was getting the crowd pumped up. I loved it. You know what I'm saying? So I really like what our defense is looking like this year. And on top of that, our defense that played last night, we didn't have a lot of our, core guys out there. Like Lamar Houston wasn't out there. Our defensive tackles, our starting defensive tackles were injured. So a lot of our, core guys couldn't play. And another guy, I can't pronounce his name for shit, so I ain't even gonna try. But he's a dude from Hawaii, came from Cleveland. I think he's number 50, Luka, something like that. I don't know. Somebody help me pronounce that. But that guy, he's injured too. I want to see him play because he's a freaking beast. He played down at USC with Troy Polamalu. So yeah, a lot of guys were injured. So our defense did pretty good to me. We couldn't get to the quarterback like we really wanted to a lot, and the Cowboys kind of took advantage of that with Tony Romo. We kind of took advantage of that because we had a not really strong D-line coming at them. There wasn't too much pressure, but it was enough to cause incompletions, just not sacks. And I'll take that any day. Another thing I wanted to, touch on was the huge, roar from the crowd, that Charles Woodson received when he came into the arena. It was amazing, man. Like, for a preseason game, for us not even to be, at max capacity up inside the Coliseum, it was super loud. Like, everybody was screaming, man. It was freaking awesome. I don't know if you guys got to, see that, on TV, but I just wanted to share it with you. I got it recorded, so I'm going to try to find it, squeeze it in this video, probably somewhere at the end, so you guys could, just see when he came in. They did the whole defense, so I'm going to try to see if I can get it all in. If not, you'll definitely be able to see the Charles Woodson intro. It was freaking amazing, man. I know he just probably felt all types of chills. It was tight. And, yeah, it's just the whole energy that our team is bringing is phenomenal. I like it. It's a young team with talent, no matter what the NFL Network and ESPN and all these, analysis think, that we're a young team without talent, or the least, well, not without talent, but the least talent in the NFL. Just beat, a team that supposedly is going to the playoffs, but we have the least talent in the NFL. That's another topic for another day. So, but yeah. I like the energy. The energy is good. The energy is real good. And, I'm looking forward to our next game, man. It's going to be a pretty good game. It's an away game, so I won't be at that. I'll be able to watch it. I'm happy. I want to actually see, every single play. So that's what's up. Big shout out to my homie, the Black and Silver Way. I saw that guy up at the game, kicked it with them for a little bit. I got to the game super late, so much traffic coming from my house, so I didn't even get to tailgate, I bought this beer and didn't even get to drink all of it. I wanted to, really drink. I couldn't even get drunk. So much traffic, man. But next few games I'll be able to get there a lot earlier. I'll probably be there, like 4 or 5 hours before the game start. So I'm looking forward to our next home game. It's going to be against the Chicago Bears. My pops, he a Bear fan, so I can't wait to talk shit to his ass, because the Bears suck. I think this is, so off topic to Raider football, but just, to let you guys know, their quarterback, his first play of the game was an interception. So, you know, they suck. You know, we're gonna do work against them. Hopefully, you know, it's a good game. And I think that's the game that DJ Hayden should be back. So, you know, I predict DJ getting like, you know, an interception or two. What you guys think? Anyway, I look forward to the Raider Mecca. Also, I don't know if you guys heard of that. Me and the Black and Silver Boys going to that event. It's going to be in, you know, Oakland at the Coliseum and at the training facilities, tours of it and everything. Get to meet some Raider legends. They didn't, you know, announce who the legends are going to be yet. But there's going to be a bunch of, you know, eventful things for fans to, you know, attend to. If you're interested into it, just go to their website. It's like, I think it's RaiderMecca.com, or just Google Raider Mecca, and most likely the first one that pops up is going to be the one that you should check out. I believe it's $100 for the whole event. You get some free stuff that values over $100. So in the long run, you getting some Raider shit, man. Can't say no to that, right? Check it out, man. So if you guys go, or if you're going, you know, tell me inside the comment box, and we'll probably all just meet up there, you know, kick it a little bit. We get in the hotel room, not at the one at the main event of the hotel for the main event of everything. It's way too expensive. We got another hotel room a little bit away from that. We're gonna be staying there, but we'll be at everything going on, you know. So anyway, man, y'all enjoy the week, yo. Looking forward to some Raider news that's gonna go out throughout this whole week, you know. So I'll keep everybody posted on my thoughts with the Oakland Raiders. So go Raiders, go Raider Nation. Peace.